All right, guys. Special treat alert. Special treat alert. We have a nice young couple that has joined us in the studio this evening to discuss the benefits. Yes, the benefits of being in a committed relationship in 2020. I know a lot of times people like to harp on the cons, but we'd like to focus on the pros. And if there are cons, how do you work through that collectively as a unit to come to a conclusion that is mutually beneficial? So, without further ado, I'd like for them to introduce themselves.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Aaron, coming out of Baltimore in D.C. Yeah.
And you are, ma'am?
I'm Gigi Garcia, coming from DC.
And how long have you guys known each other?
Yeah, probably 3.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any background on how you guys met?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to let her tell the story.
We met on the internet.
Okay, as many modern day couples do. Now, before we get into that, how did you feel initially? Were you seeking to meet someone when you were online? Or was it just like, if I meet someone, it's cool, and we'll see what happens and go from there?
Well, it definitely like kind of just happened. We met, we connected online, and then like the energy was good, the vibes was good. We both had a lot of similar interests, and that's what pretty much led to the face-to-face.
So you didn't actually meet initially. You
We were in a same group together.
Okay.
And he had some funny banter. I liked his comments or posts.
So were you spying on him a little bit? Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
I never saw him until I saw his post.
But once you did you kind of?
I laughed at it. No, I didn't think anything of it until he friend requested me.
Ah,
I definitely,
infamous friend request.
Oh yeah, I
It's a
definitely.
battle, though.
I definitely sent. I sent the friend request first. Yes, I did. What happened is I made the post. She liked it.
Okay. That alerted you.
It alerted me. It was a few other people who liked it, but I looked at their avatars, and the avatar she was cute, you know. So I said, let me send a friend request.
Okay.
Then she straight slid in the. She slid over there like, who sent you? who are you? Like, where I know you from?
Oh, she wanted to say, all right, so how are we friends?
Yeah.
Or how do you know?
How do I know him? Because his name looked familiar and his face looked familiar to me. So,
Okay.
So I responded.
So then what was the next step?
He kept my interest long enough for me to continue from that point.
How long is long enough when pertaining to online
Literally,
courting?
It has to be like within 3 sentences or amount.
Damn.
Yo, elevator pitch was serious. You heard me. So I came in there and I just dropped it like.
She said 3 sentences.
3 lines,
because
bro.
you have to realize that as a female, I got like 500 friend requests in my.
Okay, so you had a plethora of requests, and he caught your attention
by a post.
By his post, and then his witty banter kept you.
Right,
do you remember what the lines were?
His post was something about he was looking for a MILF, and
okay,
he was in the produce.
I was a produce aisle at Wegmans looking for a MILF.
So
wow.
So I laughed at it.
That's real. So you were being honest.
Yeah.
And then the universe dropped me there. So.
Okay. Do you remember what he said
afterwards? No, I asked him, did I know him? Like, how do I know you? Because his name, like I said, looked familiar, and his face looked familiar to me. And I don't remember. I wish I would have saved the thread.
Do you remember what you said?
No, she's like, where do I know you? She was like, do I know you? Then I was like, I was looking at her pictures, you know, doing
so you're
my
doing
due
your
diligence.
research,
yeah, I was
okay.
doing my due diligence, and then it was like, I don't know her, but hey, I'm gonna try to get to know her, you know. So I just said that was real, like, I was straightforward, I was stern, but at the same time I was respectful. And you know, I was funny. You come a little funniness, a little all that in one.
So how would you? What advice would you give to guys? Because like she said, she has 500 plus people submitting applications, and she took your application and called you in for the interview. Now, what would guys have to do not to be one of those lost applications, in your opinion?
It's just like Martin. You gotta pique the interest first. So the post pretty much piqued the interest. Mm-hmm. You know, then I seen that her interest was piqued. So I went in. You know, now I engaged and I tried to make that connection. You know, that rapport.
But what if guys are scared, man?
It's not for you, bro. It's not for you. You could be the shy type. You could be the shy type.
Most guys hide behind the keyboard. And does that come off to you in the messaging? Like
most of my emails
he's not
from guys
authentic.
Are the same.
Wow.
Hey, beautiful. How are you? You know, it's the same lines. And like if you don't come with something
no, you good.
Interesting, then I usually don't respond.
And like I said, we had a lot of interest. You know, because at the time I was, this was like three years ago.
2016.
Yeah, 16, and I was doing the edibles. Okay. I was distracting CBD and the coconut oil and shit, and that's what kind of caught an interest because because we died off for a couple days. There wasn't no contact, and I made the post like I had the magic butter machine. I was working my magic butter machine, and she was like, "Is that THC?"
I wanted to know what kind of butter it was because I love edibles.
So you inquired about the edibles.
Yeah, so I inquired about that, and
that was another
yeah
similarity that led you guys to meet up, or not yet?
We met up after that.
Yeah, it was like because you know, I came and we met up, and I made a CBD infused vegan meal, pescatarian meal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know how to cook?
My background, yes, I'm a Le Cordon Bleu graduate. I graduated Le Cordon Bleu.
So this brother's a 5-star chef in it. So we just sliced it off the vegan the pescatarian CBD.
Yeah.
Now, were you impressed by this? Yeah,
definitely. Because like I said, I love to eat CBD infused food, and I use a lot of the oils and. I thought like someone that could cook. I love to eat.
Now, how did it taste?
It was really good. It was really good.
Okay, he put his foot in the meal.
It was a meal that was.
Yes,
cool,
sir.
Man, that's dope,
he
man.
threw it together. Like he came with something different, and that's probably why I talked to him and gave him a shot.
So he was unique.
Unique, yeah.
Now, most guys aren't unique. They do what they see other people who have other males in their circle who have success. They try to replicate what they're doing, but they don't have that energy like them, and they end up making an ass of themselves.
Oh yeah.
So and the women can now, guys. You heard her say she knows the difference. Women know the difference. Okay. So with that in mind, it would better serve you to be yourself because everyone else is already taken. This gentleman just expressed how he was uniquely himself, unapologetically himself.
Facts.
And she sensed that terrestrially through the internet.
Good point.
And years later, they're still together. So both of their speed judgments, it was like a speed dating thing online, worked with no moderator. Now, this shows like Arranged and Married at First Sight on Lifetime and some of those shows. Do you guys watch those shows?
Oh, Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight comes up tonight. Yeah,
that is a show that we watch together, and I like it because it's like a case study, bro.
Yes. Okay.
Bro, it's a straight case study, and you could really relate to a lot of the
you can
instances.
see yourselves in there.
Yeah, not even in this That's like any relationship is a rip, but it's just like the circumstances they put in. Is as stress, but they real circumstances.
They have to live together right away.
Yeah, and then the counseling that the coaches that they have.
Now, do you guys live together currently?
Yes.
We do.
Okay, now if you two were on the show,
oh man,
we talk about this.
No online
right
dating thing. You matched
Right.
immediately. Bam, wedding bells that day.
Yeah.
That day,
We
families
talked about this,
involved,
didn't we,
getting
the other
grilled.
day?
Our wedding be the livest wedding. We be faded at the wedding, bro.
Okay.
We talk about when we leave in the.
So you think you'd be
talk about
openly
what we're-
honest immediately?
Yo,
There'll be no,
yo.
but keep in mind there's cameras around,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, we would be
But
because
still,
that's
bro.
who
There's
we
them
are.
cameras
That's who we are.
around.
So
We
you
are
gotta
as
show up.
people,
You show up 100% authentic as yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like people that got no choice but to respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Like I don't hang with a lot of women because I'm too authentic. Like
They can't take
like,
it.
They can't take my realness.
Guys, she's
So-
confirming what we say on this program all the time. They ask for the truth, but once you provide it,
They don't like it.
there are penalties
Women
for that.
hate the truth.
So
You heard it.
they like to hear what they want to hear. They say tell them what they want to hear, but when you tell them the truth is something that could be met with violence. So just be forewarned. Now, going back to the married at first sight couples,
Dang, not violence.
when you're watching, do you guys immediately identify some of the hurdles that you've had to get over at
for
certain times?
I do. I can't speak for Aaron.
And do you kind of like gamble and see how long it take them to get over it, if they're gonna get over it?
Well, we start talking about it already because
we critique it.
yeah, you know, because either we notice it and we like, oh shit, look,
Yeah.
check this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Or like I peep it on screen and be like, damn, in my head be like, damn.
It's going down. He's losing interest or she's losing interest.
No, not that. But like when they going through certain shit, then I'll be like, damn. All right, now that's fucked up. Why he do that? Then I could picture myself
In
did
that
the same
situation,
shit.
that's what I do. That's
Look,
what I do
did
when
the
I
same
watch
shit
it.
before. Now that's why they react. Oh shit! Now I gotta
actually had
understand.
a reply to a scene in the thing, and the guy was like, he told her, like, at the end of this honeymoon, I think it's the current season, if we do not have
Oh,
relations,
yes.
I'm out.
Yeah. But he
And
said
she
it
got
off
upset.
camera.
And she like, you liar. You just kind of threw him
Yeah.
out there. And I'm like, whoa, the brother. And he left for that night. They're like, oh, I said, look, he was not trying to be confrontational.
Right.
And he's not going to be her emotional punching bag.
Right.
So he's probably dealt with this kind of energy female before and said, you know what? I'm going to remove myself from the situation so you don't show out in front of these cameras. And then I got to act a goddamn fool.
Right.
So let me remove myself. She felt like he's supposed to do the back and forth. And he's telling her right, he's putting a line in the sand. I'm not going to go back and forth with you.
Yeah.
I didn't get married to come out here and be made a fool out of either.
See, but that's the thing too. He ain't showing up as his authentic self. You
not
know,
being authentic.
because
That's
you
my
see,
point.
he told the peoples, you know, like, man, I'm a stand up dude. Whenever she ready, that's when I'm ready. He told her with a camera on that, but sooner, you know how I was on the plane. He probably was joking like, yo, if I don't hit it on the
That's
road,
what I was saying. He
was
could've
joking.
just
Yeah,
put
he
it
was
like
like,
she
yo, if I,
spazzed on it.
it was he didn't draw no line in the
Maybe
sand.
somebody in
but
the
it was-
plane overheard it or
yo,
something, and she was like, what? And just went on his ass.
he
And-
was-
Well,
joke-
we'll never know because he wasn't authentic enough to even
and say
address it.
in
right?
the own up
I
to
think
it.
he's like, why you put me on
But
blast like this?
that's why you went. That's
we
why.
supposed to be
On the
folks.
flip
But
side,
that's
on
why
the
you in
woman's
that.
side-
That's why you going through that. Though.
Okay, do
On
you
the
think
woman's
as a
side, though, I
woman,
felt she was wrong though because it's only day like one.
too, yeah.
You're putting too much
But
emotional
he's like,
response
but
into
maybe he
this.
shouldn't have, but he's just trying to see where she's at with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, he probably wasn't slick enough with it though.
Yeah,
He should have been
yeah.
slick. He should have hide and
he couldn't,
with
it
it.
didn't come off. And
Yeah.
maybe
doesn't
she
know
was
his
just
sense of
testing him
humor.
and jabbed him real
Right,
quick to
right.
see how he'd react.
Right,
and he flipped out like, whoa.
Which is why
Yeah,
she's
so-
wrong because it's too early to judge
do all
someone's
that.
character based
Okay.
on one or two dates. Like you don't even know him yet, but yet you're upset with him.
Do
That's
your
kinda
women's
crazy to me.
senses tell you that she is or is not attracted to him?
She's attracted to him, but she's a control freak.
Does she
So
victimize?
she-
She playing the victim?
Yeah.
He did nothing
I
wrong.
just told you it's day one.
They're
or two.
married.
It's
Like,
day-
but we're
it's day
married,
one, but
though.
It's day one or two, and she's acting
almost
like
crying
they,
and
like
like,
they have
yeah,
a relationship.
yeah.
You don't have a. It's just like when him and I got together when we
Okay.
first got together. I look at it the same as like people dating because it's essentially they're dating. They're just.
That's what the other
immediately
guy
dating.
said. He said, we're dating.
Yeah.
And
Essentially
Shorty's
dating.
like
Hey, what you
crying.
mean?
And that makes guys feel a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too soon for that shit.
That's
anyway.
weird.
You
Because you can't love me that quick. So do you just fake
don't
love
even know
everybody?
me.
Right,
you don't
right,
even
right.
like me. You don't even like me. You don't even know me.
Thank you.
Right. We ain't
That's
even.
That's
we
why-
met.
We haven't even
ain't bonded.
consummated
Yeah,
the
we
marriage,
ain't-
nor we pair
That's
bonded.
why
right?
she's wrong because there's no way you can have that kind of emotional response to somebody you don't even know.
So would you guys have gone on that show had online dating failed you? would you have been like candidates?
Oh.
Would you consider doing something like that under any circumstances, not just
Not me.
monetarily?
No, not me.
Why? Because do you think you'd seem as though you're desperate or thirsty for a mate that you have to publicly advertise on television?
I don't feel like other people, external sources, can just decide for me what's good for my spirit.
Well, based on your matching and stuff, would you be willing to say, because you know you have to get it annulled within a certain time frame,
right.
so would you at least say, all right, let me see?
Maybe.
And if you had met each other,
It's not my ideal.
you're saying now, in hindsight, that it was going great. But under those circumstances,
But you got that
not knowing
choice
the
at the end, bro.
stress,
Like, you gonna stay.
everybody standing there, you may be inebriated mildly to take
Well,
the
let's
edge
think about
off,
this.
so the emotions
our
are
relationship
inhibited.
has lasted longer than most of their marriages.
That's
so,
true.
like, I would say that if we got together under the same or similar circumstances, we would have had a similar outcome because our
answer.
personalities we're just like very real and like quirky, and that was what attracted me to him because I was like, okay,
Oh.
he gets that I'm not like everybody else.
Sticking with the online theme, if there are hurdles within the relationship, what measures do you utilize to prevent you from not working through them or working it out and just going right back to the application file cabinet and just pulling out more applications and just interviewing them?
See, but I think like in my circumstance, like I wasn't there for that. I wasn't there filling out applications. You know what I'm saying? I made a joke. Like I was headed into Wegmans.
So you were walking.
Yeah, I was-
you
I
were
was
walking.
literally-
You had no appointment.
Yeah, I
you
was
just
literally
walked
going
in.
into Wegmans making a joke, a funny post. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. Like I wasn't.
He loves internet attention.
You know, sometimes she know that like
I seen you on the private jet that time. I seen you flying out.
fly
I saw
private,
you
you know,
fly out a
like-
little. I seen it. I seen him getting
Yeah,
saucy a little bit.
You know, but that's but like that's what it is. But you know that's the internet. But I don't click up with people. I don't.
But
and
have
shit like
other
that.
women liked your post and have expressed that you are indeed funny to them, or so? What would prevent you from going, utilizing the same hunting tactics and weaponry to make another kill?
Well, actually, I what I did, I spun the, I shifted, and I still use the same techniques in my day-to-day life. Marketing.
Okay.
So I pique interest. I get leads and shit like that. That's all it really was. From the beginning, like how you interact with people, the
Yes.
relationships that's built with people, and that's what happened. It was just like a generally cool relationship. You know what I'm saying? So you cool, I'm cool. You could be cool.
So that made you willing to work out if you guys have an issue or a disagreement. You'll say, all right, or I relent. You got it this time. Is it like that, or
it's still.
Let me ask
it's
her.
Like that. Sometimes it's
Yeah,
like that.
you know.
Sometimes you're like, okay, you just concede.
so do you?
Sometimes you
So
actually
what prevents
have
you from
consensus.
hitting the red button, that button, and going, hey, I want to reset. I have a lot of people that look good on paper, but somebody could have assisted them with their resume. They could have went to Target or JCPenney's or Macy's or something and got a nice professional suit or outfit and presented well.
Is that for him? The
For
question
both.
For me? Oh,
Presented well. What prevents you from not going for the bait, a la thinking the grass is greener on the other side?
because for me, it's like you can go from person to person to person.
Yes.
And you're gonna end up having the same interaction issues if you don't deal with your internal emotions, right?
Wow.
And two, we
true.
created a bond.
So they've
Over
pair
time.
bonded. And we've talked about this on this program. It's very hard for today's social media society to pair bond. What they're describing as a genuine bond. They're like, look, we do have the option of doing that because we met online.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
But we've grown to the fact and we know the online community and we're not impressed or we're not moved to even investigate, where most people may do that. And what she's saying is, there's no end. If that's your mentality and your mindset, there will be no end to that.
That's what you end.
And you will lose your ability to pair bond. And that's what a lot of women out here are suffering from. The inability to pair bond. So they put together maybe 5 to 7 brothers to try to make that one guy that they can generally share a pair bond with. And some may argue that they know the guy they can pair bond with, but they're scared to be vulnerable because the last time they almost didn't recover from that. So they put that wall up, they manned the tower, so to speak, and he got in. And that's why women say, how did you get here? How did you get right here? Because I had the front of the castle, man. He said, I didn't come through the front of the castle. I scaled the back wall and I was chilling for it. I'm not even here to hurt you.
Yeah.
So now she has a sword on him drawn, and he's non-threatening. So she'd have to be vulnerable at that point in order to receive love. Now, the question being, are women not willing to be vulnerable, so they're not willing to open the blind in the morning, let that sunlight and that love sun ray in, and therefore they're becoming deficient in vitamin C or B, whichever one the sun rays give you, because they're scared vitamin D. They're scared to open up those blinds.
But listen, it's not a gender thing. It's a people thing. They're afraid to let people in because
that's true.
They're afraid of being hurt. But the thing is, everyone gets hurt.
And
you can't avoid it. So you're avoiding life, in every situation, every person that I've been hurt by, I still deeply love.
Did you grow and learn?
The experience, every day I grow because I have an experience where I have an opportunity to be a better me.
So do you think that people don't even want to address it and to defer it like a student loan? Right. I'm not going to deal with this right now. Defer it. So there could be 3 relationships removed from that person and still not deal with that hurt.
They don't want to be accountable for their own feelings and their own heart. Like they want to blame other people.
Like she said, accountability is the beliefs, the beliefs that's programmed inside of people from generations that they seen, you know what I'm saying? People not knowing how to love for real, people.
Agreed.
People who just be around and just was solo their whole life, so they just out there surviving by themselves, then all of a sudden I
feel like you're describing yourself.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Is love an emotion or an action? Or is love a feeling or an action?
I feel like it's an action and it's a state of being, but I feel like it's an action. It's a continual thing. Like you have to. It's just like anything else. It's like a muscle. You have to keep doing it. It's not one of those things like, oh, I loved them 2 weeks ago, they're good now. It's a continual, everyday thing.
How about you?
I definitely believe it's a overall feeling over your whole being. You know what I'm saying? Because you just know. I
think I was gonna say. So I'm trying to say. I think men look at it more like a feeling. Like, all right, I feel like I love Shorty. Now I'll put maybe some actions together, but I feel that. She's saying for women, it's more of show me, right? Is that it?
It's an act. Yeah, it's an action because some days you're not going to feel like you're loving that person, but you still do. Internally, you love that person, right? But maybe their actions at that moment, you don't like them that much. It happens.
Right. That's a typical relationship.
And that's that happens in any parent-child relationship, brother, sister,
siblings.
Yeah.
And then that's the same type feelings of love, though. Like you have a sibling, you love that sibling. Then you have multiple siblings. You do not lose love for that one sibling because now you have 2 siblings.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Are we getting on Polly here?
So y'all at what point? Because I used to have ex-girlfriends. I'd be like, man, you my family. Even we're not dealing with each other. I could not talk to you in 10 years. But if you called me and you like, yo, I'm like, what? And it's like I don't even. You my peoples. At what point do you think you cross that? all right, we squad. Like, we squad now. Is it love and then squad, or love and squad are the same thing?
Oh, that's the same. Like that's the same thing for real. Like that's the same things. And some people, you know, some people that squad, like, you know, like
that squad,
and it ride the whole time. But I learned though. Everybody ain't squad, bro.
Everybody ain't squad.
That's a hard one I had to learn.
That's a tough one for guys.
I'm tight on my circle, so
she like, I ain't gonna let you in. But guys, yes,
what it is too. It was the people who you look at. They the ones who I ain't gonna say turn on you, but will use the next situation. You know what I'm saying?
They're called opportunists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They springboard off of that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that's where it's just not being loyal. You know, that's what it all boils down to. Loyalty is love. You know, because once you really, like I said, it's a feeling. Love is a feeling, and then the actions come. But you just know when you love, and you do love, like
you know it.
Yeah,
I know
like,
what you're saying.
Like if a nigga come in here and start shit, I'm gonna jump in front, you know, because that's love.
That's love. He's not.
You know,
he's not even thinking.
That's the feeling. You know, that's what make it happen.
That's what guys do. That's he's telling facts. He's spitting like facts.
I just feel like that's a part of it, but I just don't feel like that's the complete picture.
No, it's not. It's not. That's where it builds off.
Guys look at it like a feeling. Women want to see that action, and he just actually described the whole purpose of it for protection and security. Like, he just said, like, yo, I would do that. That's been man's role through millennia. Like, all right, what? He didn't even think about it. If he pondered on it, it could already be negative.
Well, we'll see when the bullets start flying.
Oh my gosh.
bro, look, we was at the Travis Scott show on the floor. You know that his show had the two stages. That marsh pit. She's 5'4" or something like that. They coming. I'm keep grabbing her away.
So he protected you.
Look. She
know. A mob.
She know, bro. She know.
Against a mob.
Like, they coming. Like, I can't do nothing. That's like.
You gotta put your cape like this and block
put my Batman cape over top of it. That's how it was. It blocked everybody.
She's chilling.
Look. But look, it was so funny. Like every. They just went around like niggas knew the energy, but
they knew what was going on. You were ready to defend. I was in my
protective state, bro.
He was ready to defend.
That's true.
He was in his defensive stance. They sensed it, and that was what it was, because all males instinctively know this and identify and recognize that. Now, before we get out of here, guys, last question. What advice would you give to people trying to find what you guys have found?
Just be your authentic self, bro. And when you out there and it's gonna come to you, you know what I'm saying? Don't really, I ain't gonna say be cliche and say don't look for it and it'll come, but that's be yourself and carry yourself how you would if you was looking for it or not looking for it, and it's gonna come and happen to you.
So what you're saying is, if you're looking for love, you're gonna find it in all the wrong places.
Oh, bro, you already know how that go, bro.
You gotta magnetize it by being the mate that you want to have. You know, so like, if you are perfecting bettering yourself every day, you're gonna magnetize that you're a twin.
So did you choose him essentially with the initiative act of liking the funny
potentially
post?
Like through the universe, yes. You know, subconsciously, potentially.
Because most guys aren't gonna get a woman to like their post. Let's just be honest.
Well,
right? No,
and then if they do,
humor,
they're not going to know how to react to it to get her to engage.
Yeah.
And then, like she said, retain her attention with 3 lines. You said,
bro, because it was quick. Because like I was going into Wegmans. I left Wegmans, and I was getting on 295. So I had getting in my car. So I was like, look, can I call? Look, what's here? Call me or something. And it was crazy. I took the Beltway up to Baltimore, and my phone always breaks up, right? I had it on speakerphone, had it on the car, didn't break up the whole ride for real. You feel me?
That's real.
Didn't break up the whole, and you know, that going up the Beltway.
It's going to break and get choppy,
yeah. Right on 295, that shit break down, bro.
I think, like he said, just be yourself. Don't try to find the person, be the person.
And how do you know that you're not getting duped?
You don't.
Don't.
You just have to trust and have faith.
Don't.
Blind trust. That's what you're telling me, man.
Time
like
Just I jump out there.
I mean, time tells you. Like you don't know in a day or two.
How much time? What's the minimum requirement?
Yeah, you never know.
Say 90 days, like a job, the probational period, the 90 days.
I think it's a little longer than 90
people
days.
always is going to be their self, but you got to watch and the people who not loyal, they going to give you the signs, and that's the ones that you know. Like,
No,
but some are good at masking
You
themselves.
need experiences, like seasons. Like
People
you need
good
to see
at
them
masking
through
them.
stress situations.
That is, she said you have to go through the
You need
seasons
to go
with
through the
them.
seasons, yeah, and see,
Because
like,
some people change like the weather.
Oh
They
yeah.
do.
So you got to see, and then do you believe in going on trips and vacations?
Oh,
yeah.
And
Like,
seeing
have
what
to
you
be
got
able-
then? Can you make
have
it
to be
through a
able to check-
vacation?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's a high stress situation.
Yes,
It can be,
yes, yep.
We miss flights every
Bro,
time, bro.
I'm
Like,
bro,
we miss
we-
Bro,
flights.
I'm telling you, and now you gotta say, all right, we still good. Typically that
we've
revolves
done
around
good.
giving some drinks. Give me some drinks, we'll work through it.
Get a
got a
hotel.
hotel room.
Yeah, it's all good.
You know,
The room got booked then. We didn't. What happened? Oh, it's not available yet. All kinds of stuff could happen.
Yeah.
Now, okay, conflict resolution in those situations.
We're still
Is
working
that
on that.
what? Because I had a big. Because you booked this. You had all the. That was your response. I helped, and you were supposed to take care of, and you kind of didn't. And now we're both looking crazy, and you're kind of looking at me
bro,
to fix it.
Here you go. You don't.
I mean, this happened our last trip.
You don't.
Mine too. That's
you
what I'm
got. You got to look for the work doing the solution. Don't. It can't.
We
It ain't
tried-
time
yeah,
to
we
point
tried
fingers
it.
and
We
say who
tried it
fucked
for
up.
That's what I felt. But
Like, let's do the
were you
solution.
both willing to work through that?
Yeah, it was
we-
the
we-
What if
solution.
one party's like, I'm checking out mentally. I'm gonna silent treatment this whole thing.
That's called the slippery slope right there,
We
for
have
real.
those
You feel me?
moments too, like
Let's.
there's-
I mean, I might
Slippery
just
slope.
silent treat it, just shut it down.
man.
I'm not. I like the gentleman on Married at First Sight. I'm not doing this right now. I'm trying to. We're in Panama. Everything's paid. Why are you beefing with me?
Right.
Tell you
Right.
what. I don't know
Right.
what's really going on.
Right.
Or what the
'Cause
underlying
it's not
issue
personal
is.
with me.
I'm gonna remove myself from
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Right. I get that. I feel like he was right in doing that.
And I've dealt with women at some points that are like that. They say if you do argue with, they feel like you love and care about
Oh yeah.
them more.
Oh yeah. That's
Well,
why.
I think that if you communicate, you love and care them more. I don't think that it has to be an argument. Everything that you don't agree on doesn't have to be an argument. That's why I think things that we need to work on. Like for me, like you should be able to have
Agree to disagree.
agree to disagree.
I feel
and
that way,
still
but I
have
want you to
love.
do what I think, though.
No,
Am I wrong for
no.
that?
Yeah, you are.
I agree with what
Totally.
you're saying, but I still want you to do what I said, though.
that's why I said it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said it.
I get you, but do you really understand?
That's
why
not-
I
Let's
said-
try it.
That's not.
Let's
that's
try
not
it.
allowed.
Okay, that goes back to the show we recorded earlier about relationship experience. Whoever has the most relationship experience, like I've lived with 5 girlfriends, and this is your first time living with a guy. So do I have the hill? Or do you want to? No, don't. I want to be equal with you. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
I have more relationship experience, which I've been evicted. I've bought you see, I've gone through the gambit with these people, these
Right.
relationships,
Those are
and you just left mom.
But here go the thing. This relationship shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to even look at the past relationship and put it with what we doing right here. You know what I'm saying? Because what we doing right here is something totally different. Because they didn't have this energy. They didn't have this vibe. You feel me? So it's going to be something totally different. Now you could probably say, yeah, I did this before, but it probably don't work out this time because it's 2 different people. You done grown. You know what I'm saying? You learned your lessons from the last time.
What if you
when
don't
that shit
communicate
happened.
it and you just know?
Yes, a lot of times it
and
works
you don't
like
want
that.
to tell them all that stuff because she might
sometimes you
beef
got-
out with you if you say that it was
But
last time
sometimes
I
you
dealt with Shorty, she did the same thing you're doing right
that's
now.
not something you want to say.
But you gotta learn. You gotta
Exactly.
learn
And
how to
she
say
can't
it.
say to you the last cat I did. So
you
it's a
can't
slip.
say I see us going in this direction,
You know,
and then like talk it out.
It's
You
it's
don't
all
have
about
to
how you
be-
word. Start wording shit. You know, be you know like you gotta word it that it's not.
What
so
about
aggressive.
information gatherers who then later use it to harm you? That's a stinger.
You can't avoid harm.
I smoke too much to really remember shit. I'll be like, oh, I remember that shit. They be like, what? Fuck that. Yeah, I mean,
But it's
I gave
typically
up on that
women who
shit.
could do this
Yeah,
good. And when they
gave up
do
on that
it,
shit.
they roll out the town scrolls.
Oh, yeah. Timestamp.
And they roll out the whole bro. And you
Bro,
look
whole
like
time, man.
I've seen
Yo, did you
brothers
really
have
see it?
breakdowns that they've never recovered from from the hidden file. Like, you want to play?
No, straight up. They hey, look.
You want shit from blah, 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 blah. You like,
dang.
You thought she ain't know about. She just held it, bro. And now you looking crazy, and she's not
And it's
even.
your turn now. You be like, man, you be like, man,
She
fuck
got
that.
a beat going now. She's dropping bars on you, and you sitting there like a battle rap. You can't really come back, and now you looking at her like, is this? Did you feel like this the whole time? But I felt like I was feeling some kind of way.
No, but see, that's the thing. I know about arguments. I think about arguments. People say the most craziest shit. You say something, I'm gonna try to say the next craziest shit. So I don't take it once they over. I really don't take it. I don't take them as a grain of salt once the shit over with. You feel me? Like, all right, like I can start dancing, doing some funny shit.
I don't like no chill. I don't like those kind of arguments.
What? I mean, some of them you might not even respond. You just shocked, like
you got
word. You might even do word. Like you might go up top with it.
You gotta take your time.
Your word. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta go for a walk and think about your whole life, your whole entire life.
You come back after the walk and shit. You be like. You be cool.
Yeah, you be alright. Well, let it go though. Let it go. Don't kick me while I'm getting back up and shit. That's illegal in boxing. Don't hit a nigga when he had a knee. And some women like to he and bow hit you, and that's when he got to defend himself now on some. Like you see, I was trying to chill. You tried to choke me out on some. Like let it rock, cause you said that, and I'm trying to deal with that, cause you shouldn't have said that crazy shit, and you did it, and I'm like, wow, okay, she knew, and she said it articulately, and it stung, and damn, let me not use lead with the jab anymore. Don't let me lead with the jab no more. Let me fake the jab and slip, and then hit with the right bot. I can't jab.
So what you're saying is that women are reckless when it comes to
women with
arguments?
that tongue, they're not as strong as men. So the universal balance provided them with that frequency, that female frequency to seduce you and to also break you down, to make you think you got it and take it away from you at the same time, leaving you confused. And I think guys don't like to feel confused, like what had happened? Wait, what? And she knew she planned it. You heard? And you like, well, what? You like word? That's all you can really say is like word that. And then your friends are like, whoa, and you're like, what? And it plays back like a bad movie over and over. I had a young woman tell me earlier this week, actually, when she broke up with her boyfriends, she liked to do things that they would remember for 5 years down the road or more. I was like, what? That they would be with them for their lifetime. I said, provide me an example of this. She said she was dating a guy and his daughter got pregnant, and she didn't know who the father was. So she told him that his daughter's pussy must not be any good because no nigga wanted to claim her.
Wow.
And I said, you're a woman. I said, you're a woman. Why would you say so?
Wow.
And she said, fuck his ass. She just went in on me a little bit. And I was like, damn, like I wouldn't, if I'm mad, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say things like that.
Yeah, that's, I don't think that's
levels to that.
I think
like,
no.
why
you
you,
don't go that level.
And he hung up and wanted to find her location and attack. He didn't want any, he was done after that.
Yeah.
And she said she did it because she wanted him to be hurt. Not just for right then, but for years to come. So every time he thought about it, he would relive the same hurt. And I said, wow, like
somebody hurt the shit out of that girl for real.
That's some karma I do not want. That's karma I do not
out
want.
there doing that, bro. She's been hurt.
But if I'm just dealing with you, I don't know you this level of vindictive. You know, like what? Wow.
That's why time is important.
That's true.
Because you need time to vet them, just like when you go to a new job or start a new business. Like it takes time to like really see what you're working with. It's the same for people.
So guys, I hope this in some way helps, because these two individuals were very honest in sharing their experience with us, and hopefully that will open the blinds, so to speak, so some of you can get some vitamin D.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. That concludes another episode of Sick of Being Lonely. Are you sick of being lonely? If so, please visit sickofbeinglonely.com, because we can help. And oh yeah, standard rates may apply.